Hello, world. What's up, everyone? This is Dave from the Fight Pass podcast. How's everyone doing out there? All right, guys, another special edition of the Fight Bananas podcast. Man, big, humongous fans. Chase Hooper's coming back on the show. He was on, I would guess, 2-3 months ago. We had a great interview with him. He went bananas at the end of the episode. It was just great content, tons of fun. People still talk to me about that, how great and funny he was at the end. Spider-Man and Chase Hooper, are they different people? Are they the same? We still don't know yet. But, man, big congrats. Chase Hooper, UFC 245. I want to talk to him about that. And also, he has major parallels of Mike Beast Boy Davis. Mike was on the show a couple times in the last couple of weeks. We just had a great show with his cornerman, John Raffer, the professor, who's a part of the Fight Bananas family, had great behind-the-scenes stories. But guys, does everyone realize Chase and Mike was on the same Dana White Contender Series show? Does everyone realize they were on Island Fights 54 together? I'm telling you, these guys have a lot of parallels. Are they both going to pick up UFC wins towards the end of the year? Let's see. Chase Hooper coming back on the Fight Bananas podcast. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram. CHoop556. CHOOP556. All right, let's get Chase on the line. All right, guys, here we go on the Fight Bananas line. Chase Hooper, how you doing, my man?
Hey, good. Just dealing with this, like the Washington fall/winter. It's coming on quick. Summer's over for sure.
Summer's over for sure. That's so funny. Yesterday, went to church with the family, and my wife has this fall bucket list, right? And we're making applesauce with the sons, and we're doing all this fun stuff. We're going to corn mazes, everything, right? And on the bucket list, she wanted us to all wear plaid shirts, and we're all matching. We're all at church, and I was wearing shorts. And my wife picked out this whole outfit. I looked amazing in it, by the way, wearing Sperry's. Shout out to Sperry's. Could be a sponsor soon. But anyways, and people were jumping on me on Facebook and Instagram because they got me wearing a long-sleeve flannel with shorts. But, guys, it's Florida. It was 88 degrees out.
Oof.
I know. Like, what's the weather right now with you?
It's like 30s in the morning, and then it jumps up to like the 50s in the day.
Gosh.
It's not good.
It's not good. Not good. My man, first of all, congrats. The UFC sign-in, and we wrote that article right away. It was like one of the first ones out on fightbananas.com, and boom, the shares on it through Facebook and even the website alone. The website, the next 2-3 days, was like, boom, Chase Hooper was number one. Boom, Chase Hooper was number one. So first of all, congratulations, officially signed with the UFC.
Yeah, thank you. I've been signed since Contender, but now it's like the big show. It's the next step. Right.
And the intro leading into this, before I got you on the line, I mentioned that. Kind of an eerie parallel with Mike Beast Boy Davis. Same Contender Series fight. And then, right away for you, you went to CFFC, right?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Your first fight outside the Contender. Yeah, it was CFFC 71 on UFC Fight Pass. And then Island Fights 54 on UFC Fight Pass again with Mike Davis on the same card. And then Mike Davis just had kind of the standout knockout win of Thomas Guilford last week, UFC Tampa. But just how crazy is that? You and Mike have these parallel roads together.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't get to watch his Contender fight because I was in the back getting stitched up. I want to say he was right after me, but when I watched it like the next day, it was his Contender fight was great. All his fights since then have been great. He's always been super cool to me, and it's cool.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that. Dana White Contender Series, July of 2018. Let's put a bow on this last year and a half of being signed and then going straight, like I said, 3 fights on UFC Fight Pass, a great win at Island Fights 54, and then a tremendous win at Titan FC 55 versus Luis Gomez. Some people thought an underdog going into that fight, first round, rear naked choke, boom, over. That's it. UFC 245, December. How's the last year and a half been for Chase Hooper?
It's been both like slow and fast at the same time.
Sure.
I would have liked to have had more fights this year, but with this one in December, that would make it 4 for the year, so that's not too bad. Or no, that'd only be 3. So yeah.
Right. 3. And then Titan FC, Island Fights. Yeah, this would be the 3rd, but. Even that you saying that, but wouldn't you 3 fights a year, 4 fights, of course, would be great, especially for your age. I feel like you can kind of rebound a little bit quicker than some of the other fighters in the game right now. So 3 to 4 is always great.
Definitely. But, like my amateur career and my first, 6, so I had 6 amateur fights in a year, and then I had 6 pro fights in a year too. So I was trying to keep that going, but it's nice to have a little bit of time to recover and stuff between fights. It's just definitely a different pace to get used to.
Definitely, my man. And same thing, I saw that on Facebook as well. As soon as the news broke of, finally 245 kind of being pretty official, your coaches, family members, but one that really stuck to me was your coach talking about this has been the organic game plan since day one. Your amateur, record, your amateur career, your professional career, it's all led up to this. Never have faced defeat. And now at the end of 2019, just 20 years old, Chase, going into the Octagon, UFC 245 with 3 title fights. It's just an insane card to cap off the year. How can you it's just an crazy, crazy story. It's going to be a movie one day.
Yeah, I remember when the Contender Series first came out, when that first season started, my coach was telling me, hey, that's your route. That's where we're going to get you on. You're too young for Ultimate Fighter. We don't want you to get, a short notice fight. We want Contender. That's what's going to happen. And it did. And then, everything's kind of worked out. The right fights at the right time. And it's all kind of led up to this.
Right. Do you feel a little bit that your fight and alone, and then it was Mike versus Sadiq, like you said, later on that same night, I feel like the Contender was a cool show, but that night was I don't miss a Contender Series fight. That Tuesday night is awesome, especially now being on ESPN Plus. Do you feel a little bit of a little bit of a father, a little bit of a, hey man, we put this Contender Series thing on the map? Me, Mike, Sadiq, do you feel a little ownership of it?
Definitely.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of always have a spot for Contender because that's kind of that's what got me to the next level. Got me from fighting for $1,000 at casinos to fighting, on the world stage.
Yeah.
And I love the show. It was super cool. I'm sure it's even better now that they have the Apex, but it was cool. Getting a taste of all the the UFC level of stuff, the media. Flying out beforehand to do pictures and videos and all that. It's definitely had a big impact on me, and I'll watch Contender Series until they stop making it.
Oh, I'm with you, my man. And it was so cool. I was lucky enough to be at the first Contender Series fight at the Apex. It was the first one. I flew out there. Hannah Goldie, friends and dear to the podcast and to our family. She was fighting on the card. Alton Meeks, heavyweight out of this Central Florida area. He was also, and then also Brock Weaver, one of our main guys at Fight Bananas. His fight got pushed back, and then he was kind of the home run. He was the highlight of the Contender Series this year. That speech, Dana White saying, "I'll be an idiot not to sign you." Talking about kind of how Dana White and signing. How did you feel that night getting signed? It wasn't the professional deal in a way, but it was because you have fought for anything, all UFC Fight Pass organizations. You fought for the best Island Fights, Titan FC, CFFC. These are great organizations, put you on the map. UFC Fight Pass is humongous. So how much did that mean to you to kind of get that deal that night at the Contender?
Honestly, I think it was so much better than if I'd got a contract. It kind of gave me the time to develop and work on all the stuff I needed to work on, and to kind of have eyes on me, to have people kind of guiding us to not just kind of be lost after each fight, or like to have
the right matches, the right organizations, it had a great career path. You're a backup quarterback in a way, and you just got put into a perfect, spot, and then boom, you're ready to go. UFC 245, Las Vegas, December 14th. Man, we're so pumped for you. We cannot wait for this fight, Chase.
Yeah, thank you. It's I think they're gonna announce my opponent in the next couple of days, but we'll see. I think they're still kind of getting all that situated, but yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. They're definitely giving me a good guy to start off with. And yeah, I think it'll be a good fight to show kind of my whole fighting style.
Right.
Overall.
Right. And, we've been on the show a couple times, and I kind of always ask you this, how are you feeling with your body and physically? Just keep on growing. Are you still 100% zoned into being featherweight?
For now.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to be a big featherweight coming into this one. But,
right.
Yeah. I'll just kind of, I'm already kind of starting to diet down, and everything's working out well. It's just that I feel like I need to be huge if I'm going to move up to featherweight, or I need lightweight. I need a little bit of time to bulk up and kind of get ready for that, because those guys are just, 20 pounds on top of whatever I weigh now.
I know. Kind of bring up Mike again. Mike, he took a short notice fight at lightweight versus Gilbert Burns. And they told me all these stories. They're like, guys, Gilbert Burns is the biggest lightweight we have ever seen. He goes, that day walking in the octagon, he was in the 180s, the low 180s. And he's just so thick, his shoulders, his arms, and Mike was actually doing terrific with him on the feet. But of course, Gilbert's an all-timer grappler. But it was just amazing. Mike was like, dude, these lightweights, same thing. He took the fight on 4-day notice against Thomas Gifford, and of course he had to kind of fight lightweight. And he's like, I just can't wait to fight a featherweight. Like, these lightweights are humongous there. And
definitely,
to the common man, it's like, hey, it's 10 pounds. What's the big deal? That 10 pounds is humongous when you're talking about 145 to 155. That is just a whole nother ballgame.
Definitely. If some of the 55ers tried to cut that extra 10 to 45, they'd probably die.
Right.
Kidney failure or something. I actually saw Gilbert Burns at Titan FC when I fought there. He was in the back, and he was huge. His arms are just massive. That dude is like, I don't know how he makes 55.
It's great. Well, not anymore. He did go up to 170. They said it was a really bad weight cut, but he made it. He made it when he fought Mike, and they were happy because they wanted to fight. Of course, Mike Davis there. And but we'll move on. Talking about UFC 245, and I almost ask everyone this, and almost everyone says the same answer. But I look at your records, and you're just rear naked choke, refs stoppage from strikes, another rear naked choke at Combat Game 61. How important is it to you to get a finish? Dana White. He has yelled on top of mountains that he loves finishes. He doesn't like it when it goes to the judges, and he doesn't want to hear you cry or complain if it's a split decision or a decision that didn't go your way, because it's just how Dana thinks. How important is it for you to get the finish at UFC 245?
I think at the end of the day, fighting is it's not purely just a sport; it's entertainment. So you gotta be entertaining. I don't like watching a 5-round title fight that goes to a decision if the guys are just tired and they're just kind of like holding each other. Like, I don't want to watch a boring fight. Everybody loves finishes, so that's always the goal for me. And unless it's just a dog fight, like, you're not going to get any of the bonuses or anything like that if you just have a decision. Unless you get fight of the night, but on 245, that's going to be hard.
That is a stack card. Max Holloway versus Volkan, Amanda Nunes, GDR2. What's the third title fight? What's the
Covington Usman.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. That is bananas. All three. One of those fights is one out of those three really jump at you. Just kind of being the fan of mixed martial arts, or is it just all three of them? You're just excited to be on the card and you ready yourself. Kind of putting that on the back burner and say, hey, this night is all about me.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to Holloway's fight. I always like seeing people in my division, and it's cool to see the very top, like the top two guys going at it. And I think it's gonna be a good little way to evaluate the whole 45 division overall, like face to face, and kind of see it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Max Holloway, the king at 145. Who knows, 2020, 2021, Chase Hooper. Hey, Stylebender did it. 18 months. Joined the UFC middleweight championship of this world. 18 months. It was an amazing run for Stylebender. Why not Chase Hooper, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to do it a little slower. I'll start my way from the bottom and work my way up.
Sure. Another fight happening this weekend in Singapore, and a lot of people, it's weird that, some of the biggest fights in the world, I'm a huge Jorge Masvidal fan, love the man, and that BMF title, I cannot wait. But we've been getting a lot of, through the DMs and through, the website, people have been all over this Damian Maia versus Ben Askren fight. And it's like, okay, wow. Like, hey, the people talk and we just listen and then we'll jump on it. So, yeah, what's your take? We're getting a lot of people after this in the DMs. I'm going to go through some of them and all the fans choosing Maia or Askren. So, hey, I got to get your take on it. Who do you think wins this weekend? Welterweight main event, Damian Maia versus Ben Askren.
Oof. I'm really hoping Damian Maia. I'm hoping he can pull it out for jiu-jitsu. It's definitely gonna be like a super interesting fight because it's like one of those like Gracie challenge videos where it's like or like the old days of the UFC where it's like a wrestler versus a jiu-jitsu guy. So it's gonna be super interesting. I think if Damian Maia can get him on the ground and can kind of keep from getting held down, which I think is his only problem. If he gets held against the cage, he can just get like wrestle fucked the whole time.
Right.
That'll be a problem.
Right. It's not even the fighters. It's almost like it's a brand. It's like Nike versus Reebok, Pepsi versus Coke. It's not Askren versus Maia. It's just, ground game and wrestling. It's just who's going to win. It's crazy. It's bananas. The fight, I didn't think a lot of people were interested in, but tons are. It's cool. Yeah, I love it. You never really know what the people are going to pick up on. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's a super fun fight.
It is. It's awesome. I can't wait for it. That's UFC Singapore. My man, dude, continued success, Chase. Congratulations. We are so excited. UFC 245, Las Vegas. We're so pumped. It's going to be a major, it's going to be a humongous weekend that weekend for UFC. Big things are in the works for the night before. Probably last question for you. I saw you throw it on Instagram right there at CHoop556. The nickname, the teenager, the teenage dream, getting a little bit older. I know you're getting old there, Chase, 20 years young. Yeah. Have you figured out the new nickname?
Oof. I think we're going with El Sueño. We'll see.
Ooh, I like that.
That's the dream in Spanish for people that are not, that didn't take 2 years of Spanish in high school or whatever.
There's a lot of those out there, but I like that. Change of the nickname right here on Fight Bananas. I love it. My man, like I said, continue success. We can't wait to have you on. We'll have you on probably fight week or right after fight week after you get that W at UFC 245. We'll talk to you very soon, my man.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Later. All right, guys, that was it. Chase Hooper on the Fight Bananas line. Wow. Breaking news of a new nickname. Maybe. He said maybe, possibly. So we're right there. As soon as that breaks, we'll throw it on the website, fightbananas.com. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the Fight Bananas YouTube channel, all the content. Every single podcast we throw up on there. Also, we have tons of exclusive content. When we travel around, we're in, different gyms. We're at different events. Like I said, there's going to be a huge, huge weekend, December 14th, December 13th on UFC Fight Pass. Big things in the works. Trust me on that one, all right, guys? All right. I told you about it. Slide into the DMs. This Damian Maia, Ben Askren fight prediction. It's awesome. I love it. I love when you guys get into something that I didn't think we would be, but we're into it. So I got 7 of them right now. We're going to go for it. And, I love guys, just put your name, city, state, whatever it is. And, fight prediction, Askren or Maia. Maybe we got one more right before the fight, but here we go. There's 7. All right. First one is Jerry from Houston. He goes, Maia, first round submission. Okay, all right. I told you my prediction is Askren wins this fight. I don't think it's a very entertaining fight. I think it's one of those, he just kind of controls and mauls and just is on top and his weight and ground and pound. But that's just my take. So, hey, let's just keep it moving. All right, this is Bob from Orlando. We got tons of Orlando. We're kind of based here at a Port Orange, Daytona Beach, Orlando, Florida. Bob from Orlando, Maia, unanimous decision. Okay, I can see that. I think if it goes all 5 rounds, I think it's Askren. If it goes short, I think it's Maia getting the submission. But we'll see, right? We'll see. All right, who's next? Sarah from Georgia. Okay, Sarah. Okay, finally, Askren, second round TKO. That's what I'm talking about. There you go, Sarah. Hey, yeah, maybe the ground and pound gets too heavy on Maia and the referee stops it. You never know. You never know. Okay, I'm sliding up the phone right now. All right. George from Columbus. Okay, we were just in Columbus 3-4 weeks ago. Island Fights 60. Maybe we connected there. I like it. George from Columbus. Maia, unanimous decision. Okay, that's 2 for that one. Sliding through. We got fighters on here. We got sponsors on here. Hey, Sperry, I told you. We're coming after you. We want that Sperry sponsorship, all right? All right, we got Matt from Miami. Again, Damian Maia, unanimous decision. He goes, boring as hell. All right. Well, it was as boring as you slid into the DMs and sent me something, but hey, we'll see, right? Oh, I love it. Okay, another female sliding in. We got Mandy right here in Florida. Didn't say what city, but it's all good, all good. Mandy from, Ben Askren, unanimous decision. Okay, I like it. I think for Maia, 2 Askrens. Got one more right here, guys. Oh, it's our main man, Money Moats. Okay, Money, we see you. He goes, Damian Maia, win all day. I love it. Okay. Guys, what a great show. Slide into the DMs on Fight Bananas Official on Instagram all day, every day. If you have any ideas on a show, if you have anyone that you want us to jump on with, hey, let it be known. Let it be heard. Guys, we appreciate your time like always. We appreciate Chase Hooper coming on the show once again. Wow, just a phenom. 20 years old. Chase Hooper. Find him on Instagram at CHOOP556. CHOOP556. Guys, we appreciate your time. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. That's important too. But of course, guys, the mother site itself, fightbananas.com. Make sure you check that out once a day, maybe twice, all right? Send us the love. Guys, stay blessed. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.